good. Yay. Things are thinging. The Twitch is twitching. YouTube, we need you to start YouTubing. Thank you, YouTube. There we go. See, I like when he listens to me. It makes me feel respected. Oh, I gotta send these. And I should grab that. Bam! And then bam. I'm an auto! Yeah, I am. You may notice my stream starting an hour later than it normally does. I am quite tired and the head is very explodey, so I took a nap. Skill issue, yeah. I also haven't eaten yet because, yeah, I fucking, my head was exploding and I took a nap. I love my sleep schedule getting shifted. You know what's funny? I like how some displays will change it so that I can actually see that you meant to change that thing to black, and other times it's just square. Yeah. I've mentioned this before on Nintendo, but yeah, my entire family on my dad's side has very bad chronic migraines. And to my knowledge, everyone has them for different reasons whenever we can actually get them diagnosed. So, you know, that's fun. Yeah. And yeah, like, unfortunately, the regular cures don't work on me because I already do them. Water included. Stay hydrated. Oh, I gotta check something with VTS Chameleon later. I will do testing for things and stuff later. But you know what? Let's get to our next 5 games because I really like the game we're going to be playing today. I should know. I've played it. How long have I played this game? How long have I had this game? Oh, hold on. New games are on sale. Steam is telling me what's on sale. Steam. Rogue, Genesea, Brew, and Funky Heart are all on sale. Well, that's nice, Steam. I have no money. But today we're playing Endless Alice. I've played this game for 87 hours. This game's really fun. It's, hi, Rick Andy! So yeah, sorry, Trevor's theme. But we're not skipping the next 5 songs. Aha, I got you. It was a mix-up. Because the game's music is fine, but not amazing. So we're actually just going to leave the music there. And let's play the game. Editing a 1-minute video of me going to the countryside. Yay! Did you pet cows? No cows. Damn! I like cows. Bum, bum, bum. Me on a train playing Uno. Hey. It's always good. Everyone has Uno. Oh, there it is. There was no internet. See, I have an advantage. I have several, like, long-form YouTube videos or, like, series of YouTube videos available for when I go on travel without internet. Ah, let me move the window. Thank you. There we go. Can't watch YouTube. Damn. Alrighty. Have I seen UK train stations? I don't think I have. I've seen Japanese train stations. I don't know. I don't typically go out looking for train station videos, you know? Not to mention, I live in New York, so most of the train station videos I see are just, like, regular occurrences that happen on the train. Like, our trains are, like, fucking, you just walked into, like, a fucking PvP server. Yeah, no, I always make sure to have stuff on my phone for when I don't have internet to do, or, like, all my devices if possible. Always, because you never know when that will happen. I've been poor my entire life. I know what not having internet is like. Also, should we leave music be up with my shuffled music, or should I, like, increase the game's music? And you guys want to hear this game's music instead? Because I think the game's music is fine, but it's not really, like, great. It's, like, low-form, like, house. It's, like, it's background house music. Which is fine, but, again, I don't think it's amazing. Also, to actually explain the fucking game, I was not kidding when I said this game is just Risk of Rain with waifus. It is literally Risk of Rain with waifus. This game has multiple characters, and they all do different things. We have a whole suite of items of various rarities with that you can change. One thing I like about the items and changing them in this game compared to other games is that if you do it, it will increase the speed at which enemies get stronger. I think that's a neat way of doing that. But also, generally speaking, most of the characters can benefit from the items in one way or another, even if it's just as discard fodder. So the only items I have that I block are the equipable items, these ones. And I usually only have 2 of them on. I'll either have this one, which is an all stats up, or this one, which is the missile launcher. One neat thing about this game in comparison to Risk of Rain is that the characters have passives. You can upgrade all the characters' stats and, like, unique abilities that they all have with passives that are available just to them, which is really cool. Hi, Armate! So yeah, I have already done that because again, I've played this game for 88 hours, so it is really easy to have fucking everything for everyone when you played the game that fucking long. Was it today Final Fantasy? It was, and then I decided I kind of really want to play this game on stream at least once, because I like playing roguelikes on the channel, so here we are. Yeah. What else is there about this game? I did it. Did what? Oh yeah. Also, it's a lot easier to just modify a new website to read comments on. Yay! Yeah. It's a lot easier to like modify enemy stats. I really like making the enemies weaker but having way more of them. I find that substantially more fun in games like this, so that's usually what I do. And then I play on the second hardest difficulty because I find that one's like the most fine. Insane is second hardest, right? Yeah, because Nightmare's the hardest. Yeah, I like playing on Insane. Alrighty. And then there's all the characters. Because there's a lot of characters. Woman, yes, there's a lot of woman. Also, I have a couple of the skins because I got this game when it was in early access, so they were like, thanks for getting the game in early access, here's some skins. I like when games do that. Her foot glowing rainbow is distracting me. I keep seeing the fucking rainbow tint. Her fucking RGB ass sock is distracting. It's never a good sign when most of them look very, very EDP range. Hey, just be normal, alright? We are here to play a video game and be normal. It's fine. If anyone's being weird, we will block them. Like normal people. I trust you, no cap. Which, speaking of, let's actually talk about the characters, because I find that this game, its character balance is actually, like, pretty interesting and pretty good. Because a big problem I have with, like, Risk of Rain 2 is that, like, most of the melee characters kind of suck. They're, like, pretty 18 plus stream. Listen, with some of the costumes, you're not wrong. So yeah, let's talk about them, because, let's talk about the characters, and why they're cool, and why they're different. So here's Shibako. She's the character you start with in the tutorial. She's neat. She has a bunch of silly Shiba Inus that help her with stuff, including getting her extra items when she gets extra items, having multiple elements, because this game has an element system that is pretty unique, where, enemies that have different elemental types on them do different things, and then if they have multiple elemental types on them at once, like let's say fire and ice, then it will do even more things, which is pretty neat, and I really like that. So she is really good at utilizing a bunch of elements. She's a ranged-only character, but she's a very good ranged-only character, and she's a very simple character to start with. Every character has a bunch of skins. Some you can unlock in the game, some you can buy. I am not showing all of these, because some of these are a bit saucy. I know they're not naked. I don't trust YouTube to know that they're not naked. So we're moving on. Here's Shimao. She is a very fast melee attacker. A very, very, very fast melee attacker, and that's very fun. One of the main things about games like this is there's generally like two item types your character wants. Either like strong on hit items or rapid on hit items. What do I mean by that? A strong on hit item would be something like a classic example, like critical hits, where you just want higher critical hit rate to do as much damage in a singular hit. Meanwhile, a rapid critical hit item would be something like every time you hit the enemy, they take fire damage, right? So you want to hit them as often as possible so that they stack burn. And the characters, honestly, all the characters in the game are generally good at using both, which I feel is really good. Because it means that you're not exactly as picky with the items as you would be in a game like Risk of Rain. Because that's a big problem that I have with the melee characters Risk of Rain, but I don't have it with any of the characters here. Which is very nice, right? I don't feel like I'm punished for playing a character. Because the game's randomness just decided to give me, worse items for them. Up next is Leia. I have her in the trying to dress outfit because, again, the game just gives me free outfits, but here's a regular outfit. I like her a lot, actually. She's really fun because she's also very good at using on-hits and strong items, because when she attacks an enemy, she'll mark them, and if she attacks a marked enemy, she'll summon a drone. And basically, you can flood the screen with about 8 million drones. And that's really fun. And it's really, really, really good at applying on-hits. Her other abilities also summon fucking bombing runs from the drones, which is neat. But yeah, she summons a lot of drones, and drones are fun. Here we have Takahime. Takahime is probably the most balanced of the melee characters. She is good with heavy on hits and like fast on hits, which is really fun. She has good sustain because she gets. Is there any men? No, all the characters are female. Well, all the playable characters are female. Some of the enemies are dudes. They're based on a couple of things, actually, because there's a lot of different stage types. So yeah, she is like the most balanced of the melee characters. She has good sustain. She has good mobility. One important thing I forgot to mention, which is important, the characters can level up when you're in a run, and when they level up, they don't just get, like, more stats, they can also augment their abilities and do more stuff. So, they'll be able to, like, buff their own abilities in the middle of a run and basically become super strong, which is also very fun. And Takahime's augments are very cool. Again, she's a very good character who can utilize basically everything. Same with Alice, who surprisingly isn't my favorite character to play as in the game because she's a stance switcher. So she switches between a machine gun and a grenade launcher, which, as you might guess by that, is good at both rapid for the machine gun and then heavy on hits for the grenade launcher attack. She is quite a versatile kit because she'll switch between the guns and the guns will switch her kit. And even including how she jumps, she's a very fun character. Alice is neat. Up next, we have Karaku. Karaku is very fun because she basically has a great sword in a Risk of Rain game. It's like Loader from Risk of Rain if you gave Loader a great sword. And I liked Loader in Risk of Rain, so I really like Karaku. She is very fun. You can basically charge up her melee attacks, and you can charge her dash and her jump. And if you release your attack button with a dash or a jump, it will modify your attack. Where she'll either do like a jumping spinning attack that has a really heavy landing attack, or a rapid spin on the ground that's really good for like clearing out crowds of enemies. Very fun character! To-do. Yay! There's Mia, who is the second newest character. She is a sniper. She's very similar to Railgunner. But she tends to hide more. She can go invisible using one of her abilities in order to not die, and in order to snipe enemy weak points with her, by aiming down sights. But hers is really fun because you can aim down sights and then they ping-pong between a whole bunch of enemies, which is really neat. And then there's the newest character, The final boss. Oh god. Ow. Thank you, Yellow. The final boss. They added the final boss as a playable character, who basically levels up. If you've ever played League of Legends, it's like Kayle from League of Legends. Basically, every couple of levels, she'll transform, and her abilities will get stronger. Just like in the final boss fight. So she starts in egg mode, and then in level 10, she'll become like Seraph mode. And then in level 20, she'll get like a super buff, but she'll like lose 1% of her HP and shields every second. Which, not gonna lie, I kind of wish they would remove that, because it doesn't feel fun. She is a very interesting character, because you can basically flood the screen in... You're playing the final boss. Like, you're literally just using all the final boss's attacks, just on the minions of the fucking game. It's very neat. Just making sure you don't miss them. I will never miss Jemmy. You know how hard it is to miss one of those motherfuckers? You know how big a gem slime is? Oh god. Ow! I'm already hydrating. My head's exploding. I hydrate more than normal when that happens. So yeah, now that I have done that, and given all the characters a very quick rundown, who are we playing as for our first run? Gonna go sleep. Good night, Rick Andy! I say first run as if I haven't been playing this game for 88 hours, but you know what I mean. You know, if I like the 50-second vid, I will. You know what? Let's start with Takahime. Yeah. I have this skin because I beat the game on hard mode with her, or whatever the difficulty was. We're gonna go up. Yeah, you know, we'll pick this skin. Yeah, I like the blue version of the skin. Here's a regular skin. This one's also good. But yeah, I like blue. Blue and black. We'll go with that. Let's go. Ooh, yay. Boing. Alrighty. Whoa, we are a bit stuttery. Hold on, let me double check my metrics. Yeah, why are we stuttery? Hold on. Okay, there we go. There, no, we're still stuttery. Hello? We're doing alright there, game? We are very stuttery. Why are we so stuttery? Let me double check some stuff. We should not be so stuttery. Oh yeah, I'm in the way of the abilities, so I should probably explain the abilities. Each character has 4 abilities. A basic attack. They have a basic ability. Hers, in her case, is an uppercut that if you use it in the air will slam down. Like that. Each character has an additional ability, and then they have her ultimate. And then, as I mentioned, the various buffs that you'll get throughout the game will change how that works, which will be very fun. Okay, so we're gonna move now. We have a good amount of money, and we need to start getting items, which, just like Risk of Rain, you will find in the various boxes all over the map. And I have played this enough. I have played this enough to know that, oh yeah, each character has a dodge ability that I've just been using without thinking about it, that does different things. Takahime's dodge ability lets her next couple of melee attacks shoot a projectile, which is very nice. As well as just buffer damage. There we go. Crit chance and jump. I can double jump now. Whee! Alrighty. This game doesn't have random levels yet. You'll always go through levels in the same cycle, so it's a little predictable in that instance, so keep that in mind. Yeah, we're gonna move a bit more now. Again, similar to Risk of Rain, chat is a little in the way of it, but if you guys see, there is an intensity level that grows. Alrighty, these little level up stations will give you, will let you level up, and when you level up, you get to pick your perks. You can level up and take all of them. You can literally get all of the perks in a run if you want to, which is very fun. What I like to do is, I like to modify abilities that affect my basic attack first and foremost. So, we're gonna keep re-rolling until I get that, like this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and now my basic attack has a chance to just shoot out a projectile, just by default, which is very handy. Anything else here? No. Alright, let's move it. Whee! Also, I'm surprised the bitrate isn't getting murdered for the game, but give it some time. Yoink. Flying knife is always nice. Take the accelerator. Whee! Bye! How many guys are there? Okay. Go check it here. They've got nothing. Let's see. Oh, there's a crystal up there. That's one of the newer features they added in a recent update. Some of the levels... Okay, wait. There's the, teleporter. Let's turn this on. As you might guess, this heals us as we're in it. Okay. These lanterns are silly, but they're not the silliest enemy. I should know, because one of them literally just had to get constantly... damn, I don't have an empowerment item yet. Because one of them had to constantly get nerfed to be in a reasonable state. Alright. So if you touch one of these, it will cause a random event. It looks like this one is the wrestling match, so we have to stay inside of the zone. Or knock enemies out of the zone, potentially, but we don't really have high knockback abilities, so we're basically just staying inside this circle. And if we do that, we get a free item. Which is very easy for Takahime, because Takahime moves a lot. There we go. Alright, we get some riot shields. I like riot shields. Let's see. Alrighty, so we're gonna go this way, and we're gonna make a loop around. Because if you go over here, this whole section will loop around. Here we go. You can destroy those and get a bit of extra money. Whee! Get some shoes so we can get some extra movement. This door is funny. This door is slightly ajar, but you can't go inside of it. But some of the characters can. Alice has a shrinking potion that she can drink to go inside of those doors. And then Shimao has a sword throw ability where she can teleport to where her sword was thrown. So she can just throw a sword in the door and then get that way, which is very fun. Next. I would like to reroll more. I would like more basic ability buffs. Yeah, we'll buff that. And then... Oh! We got a legendary item. Negan's baseball bat. I don't have any other items that cause bleeding, though. Does that still work, actually? No, it doesn't look like it does. Oh, there's an empowerment item. like to get rid of this guy before he fucking... I activate the portal, because you don't just activate it immediately. Yeah, you need to charge it for a little. Crystal Giants, where? Yeah, I was about to say, get over here. Again, I'm surprised the bitrate is not getting absolutely murdered right now. Ouchie. That's fine. Be fast. We'll go over here. Find me over here, you butts! Yeah, honestly, the best thing about Takahime is the fact that, like, her abilities basically just give her free invincibility. Because she's intangible while she's doing them. Also, let me know if, like, the volume for anything is weird, like if the music is too quiet, or if the music is too loud, or if the game is too loud. Because as normal, I know how it sounds to me, but I don't know how it sounds to everyone else. I have an idea of what it sounds like to everyone else, but I'm never exactly sure. Ooh. Alrighty. I think we're good to go, because I think that was all the enemies, and I'm pretty sure none of them dropped anything else. So let's go. Also, friendly reminder, I am just playing right now with literally triple the enemy count. This is not what the normal enemy count is like. I just like playing the game this way. Alrighty, so at the end of every round, you basically get to go to the secret shop for free, which is kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Oh wait, we do have Negan's bat. We should take this so we can get bleed. I forget, how much does Negan's bat affect bleed? Okay, so it's extra damage against bleeding. So we should probably, you know, yeah, we're just gonna get all three of these. There we go. And then there are these items, the Alice items, that have upsides and downsides. And then recently, they added these two things. There's a green exchanger here, where you can exchange 3 white items for a green item. And then here, where you can exchange 3 green items for a legendary item. And that's the Star of Luck, and I want that. I really, 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 really want that. I think I only literally have 3 green items. That is correct. I'm going to dismantle all of them just to make sure that the game dismantles those first, because I don't remember if it actually exchanges red items for red items if you have green. I'm not testing that. Here we go. Yoink. And then we get the Star of Luck. It's the same thing as the 4-leaf clover from Risk of Rain. So every chance-based effect will roll twice, and the better one will happen. Alright, and as for these, do I want any of these? No, I don't. The Banshee Doll lowers trigger count, and then lowers chain count, but increases kill count. So items that will trigger on kill happen more often, but items that chain or trigger on hit will not happen, or happen less. Depends on if you have other things to, you know, make up for it. So things on kill would be like, oh, if this enemy dies, then this happens, right? Meanwhile, things on trigger is like, if you hit an enemy, this happens. And then chain is like, you know, if you hit an enemy, this will happen, and then it will bounce between enemies. I generally tend not to go for the Alice items all too often, except this one. This one increases your primary attack speed, but has your primary effect damage. So here's my attack speed. And then if you grab one of these, I find that that's such a massive attack speed bonus for proccing items that I don't mind necessarily the damage loss, because you can make up for that with level ups and stuff later. Voodoo Doll massively increases your dot damage by allowing your dots to crit, which honestly isn't a bad idea because we have like bleed stuff now, but I don't want that. The Phantom Armband belongs to like a group of items that make it so that you can't use certain abilities, but if you use other abilities, they have a chance to happen, which I don't think is the best on Takahime, because you want to be using all of her stuff. Element Avatar lowers your non-elemental damage and massively increases your elemental damage, which is fun. The Baby Bottle Bomb, there's an item called Life Attractor that makes it so that when you kill enemies, they'll drop, like, life orbs that you can grab and heal. This will make it so that instead of healing, they just blow up. That's up to you if you want that or not. Phantom Emblem is similar to the other one. It makes it so that you can't cast your primary skill, which in my case is this. But it has a chance to happen automatically. I do not want that with Takahime. I really want control of my abilities, especially because they cause invincibility when they happen, right? Like, she can't be hit while that's happening. Explosive Reactive Armor makes you blow up, but, you know, it lowers enemy damage from all other attacks, but you blow up. I don't want that. I don't think I want any of these other ones, come to think of it. Actually, no, I want one. I'm going to re-roll until one of these appear. Because I have a decent amount of coins right now, so let's see if it appears. Okay, Ars Goblet is also good. It stops you from getting frozen, but you take extra damage. And being frozen is really bad. But not right now. Yeah, there we go. I want this. These are the Magnetic Levitation Shoes. It increases your movement speed, but gives you ice physics. I can live with that. And then, finally, they also added this Angel Lady here. You can talk to the Angel Lady, and then she'll give you a effect. I'm gonna give her 5% of my coins, and then she'll have an increased chance for all of the, portals at the end of the level to give me more items. Or not 15. It goes up by 5% each time you take it. Alright, let's go. Next stage. This is a very weird spot for the stage. I think I want to go this way first. Yeah. Ooh. Turtle! I don't want the turtle. Good lord. Yeah, that Negan bat is doing extra, like, a ton of extra damage now that we're applying bleed. Let's see, we're gonna re-roll. Ooh, yay. A fun thing about this game is the way that the abilities chain when they get buffed. So, Takahime's basic attacks will eventually cause, like, shadow clones to start forming when I attack with my abilities. And that will be very fun when those get buffed. This reminds me of Mega Man, but instead of cool robots, we have suspicious animation. Hey, yo. Wait, what? Oh, wait, hold on. I hear them. Yeah, I heard these little fuckers. Yeah, these guys. The fucking Kasa Obakes. These are the most annoying enemy in the game. How do I know that? They literally constantly had to get nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed until they were in a not annoying state. Yeah, these guys were very strong. And then the developers finally changed them in a way where now they don't have, like, a regular health bar anymore. Instead, you just need to hit them 5 times or hit them hard enough. Because before, they used to have a regular health bar and scaled with regular health that, like, all the other enemies did. And that was very not fun. Also, I noticed there is ice armor over there. I want to ping that so I have it marked. And I really want ice armor. Ice armor is a great item. But I would hope there's a recycler on this stage, because I would like to intentionally get rid of something instead of randomly. So let's start moving and see if there's a recycler. I'm still trying to be, like, fast, because, again, this is very similar to Risk of Rain, and the enemies will get stronger as you're waiting around. Let's take this upgrade. Yeah, I'm gonna start wanting upgrades for my other abilities now, because my basic attack will start proccing them. Eh. Wee. Oh wait, hold on. An enemy over here. Oh no, wait, that's the fucking turtle. I don't want you! Alright, I hear the gun ladies now. The gun ladies are starting to spawn. Oh wait, there's a teleporter. Hold on, let me mark it. Yeah, here's the gun ladies. They hurt! They gotta go. Yeah, come on. We're gonna... There we go. Teleporter nice and marked. We have a lot of fire guys and a lot of healing guys that are starting to walk. Hold on. Yeah. Let me at least get rid of the healing guys. Also, yeah, the level spawned to be in a weird spot, so we have to make a weird loop around the stage. Want to show you something? A record broken in 2026. A record for what? Come on. Pull this up. Ah! Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Is there no recyclers on the stage? I really want a recycler. Oh, that's not good. Hold on, I saw another one over here. People hate me! Oh, another legendary item. I think I'll just take more shield. Okay, hold on. There's no way that's it, right? There's got to be a recycler. I don't want to just pitch something randomly. I don't think there's any... Good night, Red Candy! I don't think there's any recyclers. Hold on. Is there one over here by chance? There's usually not, but... Woo, woo. There are not! Wow! Alrighty, never mind. Fuck me, I guess. Well, I gotta hope for the best. I have a decent amount of white rarity items, so, like, it won't be too bad, but I'm hoping it doesn't get rid of, like, the Demon Spear. I would like to keep the boss damage I have. Okay, perfect. It did not get rid of the Demon Shield. Okay, there we go. That is... Okay, good outcome. Now, if you're wondering why I wanted that item so much, it causes ice shards to fly out of you as long as you have shield, which is the blue bar in your health. Which is very nice, because now you're freezing enemies, and now you're freezing enemies passively, which is very good. And again, like, mixing elements in this game is very good. Very, very, very good, because it will cause a chain reaction of, like, element combos. There's 4 element types. There's fire, ice, poison, and electricity. And they all have a combination that happens when they fuse with each other. And they have a combination, Oh god, ow! Yeah, that hurt. Yeah. It is a good thing I am fast. It is also a good thing I focused on getting projectiles first. Okay, there we go. Yeah, God, those guys hurt. I think I don't really need to reroll, but we still have like one basic attack ability available that I would like to buff first before everything else. If not, it's not the end of the world. Yeah, there go all my rerolls. That's fine. Oh wait, we still got it anyway. Yeah. That one is really good because it'll reduce the cooldowns of your other abilities when you attack with basics. So it basically means you get to just spam everything. Also, this is really good. We get the Nano Worm. The Nano Worm will make enemies blow up when they die. Which helps with crowd clearing for every character, which is very good. Alrighty. I like the items we have right now, and I don't really want to get rid of everything. As much as I like Dr. Strangelove, we don't have anything that uses missiles. And Blizzard Rune is nice, but I'm not going out of my way for it. Extra lucky cards I do want. Lucky cards, you guys have probably seen the item stations that have 3 items at once. Lucky cards give you a 10% chance to buy multiple of those. We'll keep the red pin. There's 6 of those. No joke, I might want to just get rid of my accelerators and my red sport shoes, and now I want to get rid of 3 other things. Probably AP ammo, because we have the sword that does the same thing but better. I want to keep the demon arrow. We can get rid of the life extractor and 1 more. Probably 1 riot shield. Yeah. There we go. And now we get 6 scraps, and then we'll just trade them all in. Alright, there we go. Now we have a 70% chance to just buy multiple items from those. Get another one of these, so we have a higher chance of getting legendaries from boss fights. Alrighty. Yoink. Also, yeah, this right here is why the ice armor is so useful. Being able to deal with flying enemies for melee characters is very important. When it comes to melee characters in games like this, there's generally like 3 things I like them having to make them feel good. They need sustain, they need mobility, and they need some kind of ranged attack method. Some kind. It obviously doesn't need to be as strong as the actual ranged characters, but something to help them deal with ranged characters is always helpful. Oh, there's missiles. Oh, really? I got a fucking 70% chance to buy multiple items from the triple shop. And the game is like, nah, fuck you. God damn it. RNG sucks. I wanted those other things, because like one of those was like the poison upgrade. This game is mean. Alright, let's start moving now. Yay, we got an extra item chance. Alright, we're on 80% odds now. That's really good. I don't think there's any items down there. I have unfortunately played this game enough to know what the maps are like without having to think about it. Honestly, same with Risk of Rain, but it's been a while with Risk of Rain, so I might like end up misremembering certain things. We're gonna take a boost up here. Is this one gonna make us race, or is it gonna make us fight? It's gonna make us fight. Another wrestling match, so we need to stay on top of this roof. Like our life depends on it. I just mentioned something. What the fuck is this? This is Endless Alice! It's the first time I'm playing it on the channel, but I've played it on Discord a handful of times. Also, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of riot shields. We're gonna be a fucking tanky swords lady. I'm a cloud of faith. Oh wait, hold on. See, good thing that got marked. Let's take... Okay, perfect. Yeah, another basic upgrade. Yeah. I'm playing with, like, 300% enemy spawns, so, like, this is not what the game is normally like. I just like playing with a billion enemies. There is an upgrade there. Can I get there conveniently? Let's see. If I run up this and then use my uppercut and then double jump, yes I can. Didn't even have to dash for it. Perfect. Jesus Christ. 3 Negan bats. That's a lot of bleed. Alright, destroy that. Get a good chunk of money. Another blue crystal. Jeez. Presides in society. Your society. Bam. Alright. Once again, staying in the area, that's pretty okay, because there's just fire guys. I'd rather the fire guys than the fucking invincible guys that spawn for this event. I can deal with fire. But yeah, dudes you can't kill make these events a little harder. Embrace the wounded soul! Armor-clad faith! Also, once again, I need to ask, how is the volume for everything? Because I can hear the music pretty well, and I know the game is a bit loud. But again, I don't know how that sounds on stream, because volume is weird. This step for the future. Music volume is low? Yeah, see? Good thing I asked. Oh, yeah, it is low. Yeah, I'll bump it up to 25. Nirvana. Damn, I'm getting a lot of double boxes on this stage. In society, your society. Alright, we got another upgrade station. Would I recommend this game? Absolutely! If you like Risk of Rain, this game is basically a Risk of Rain, but like, your characters get like passives and upgrades. I would absolutely recommend this game. It is very fun. It usually goes on sale for a lot. The updates are frequent. Yes, it has co-op. It is very fun. Absolutely, I would recommend this game. Endless Alice is very fun. No joke, it just like popped up randomly. It was one of those just random Steam suggestions that fucking popped up. And Steam was just like, hey, you're probably gonna like this. And all I saw was, it was a fucking roguelike with a character named Alice, so I was down for it immediately. Yeah, I really like this game. Honestly, having the nano worm now so that dying enemies do splash damage is doing like a massive assistance for dealing with all the flying enemies. I'm a fool, I know nothing. I take the role of a silly clown. Alrighty. Yeah, we're doing pretty good now. Hello? He could have lived. You could have lived if you just didn't, like, try and shoot at me, guy. And pray! Alrighty, up next. Yeah, we're gonna wait a bit. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Very quickly, let me just double check this. Let's see, we're doing fine. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. I just want to make sure that like my temperatures are okay. Yeah, see, we're running a bit hot. Let's see, we're gonna hit that. The game normally runs very fine. Like, I have it locked to 60. and like medium graphics. It's the CPU that's crying. My GPU is fine. The CPU is like a bit sad right now, but not too sad. Like, that's fine. That's about what I expected. Speaking of, let me actually double check my GPU temps. Oh boy, yeah, see, you know, just in case. Good thing I did that. Alright, always be safe. Rather be safe than sorry. Okay, there we go. The game is fine when I run it, but it being streamed is, you know, the load from being streamed is being mean. Yeah, so there we go. Oh, and then let me go over here actually, and then hit this, and then hit this, and then hit this, and then hit this, and see if that helps a little bit. And that should help a bit. Alrighty. I started mentally associating Kirby music with Yuri. I don't know what's funnier, the fact that you've just said that, or the fact that, like, this music is basically Yuri music because it's from fucking, Cloud Meadow. Which, I mean, it's Yuri music if you want it to be, you know? Cloud Meadow is great. It supports all sexualities. Again, fucking dumb horny games shouldn't have music this good. Why is the fucking music from this game this good? Is that a fucking star of luck? It is. Well, I want that. What are we getting rid of for? God, I really like that. I think we can get rid of 2 fire armors. And as much as I like it, we can get rid of a Bloodthirsty Fang. That should be enough for it. Oh, and it just exchanged a fucking... Oh, that would always exchange as reds. God, I wish they would mark that a little clearer. Because, like, on the minimap on the icon says it rotates for green. I wish they would have it in, like, text, right? Where it's, like, change 3 blank for blank. I should put that in the thing, actually, because they have a, if you hit F12, you can get a customer's report thing and give them suggestions. And they listen to it. The developers, like, they last update was yesterday. Like, the developers update and bug fix this game all the fucking time. Like, it is fucking crazy. Alright, now for the Alice items. Do I want any of these? I don't think I want any more of them for the time being. I think I'm fine. Takahime is a character that doesn't really, that's like really well-rounded and doesn't really want a severe upside in exchange for a severe downside. Like, I took 1 air saber for the extra attack speed. I could take more if I wanted to attack faster, I guess, but like, I think she's fine. And I don't really want any of the other ones. Devourer's Oath isn't a bad idea, because it's extra damage, but I'll lose health. I don't think I have the sustain yet for that, though, so I don't really want it. So we'll just move on to the next stage. Alrighty. Yoink. Alright, we need 2,000 for that. Alright, we get another stack of placenta. That sounds really gross. And normally I would question someone if they're out here stacking placentas. Yeah, I'll take the extra shield. Having extra shield is really good. Especially because there are some items that trigger if you lose a certain percentage of your health that will also trigger on shield loss. So the less health you have, it will make it easier for those shield skills to activate. It's really similar, actually, to Nisha from Borderlands, the pre-sequel. because if you use the Shield of Ages with her, all of her skills in her green tree work the exact same way. That trigger on health loss, like a certain percentage of her health loss, and because the Shield of Ages makes you lose a lot of health, but gives you a lot of shield, it will trigger when you lose all that shield. It's the exact same. Alright, we got nothing out of that. We get a little bit of defense out of that one. Altar of Chance, we get Demon Breaking Arrow, and that one we got Itegumo. Yay. More proc chances are always good. We like procs. Although Takahime, again, is really well-rounded. Takahime can use pretty much every item in the game fine, so you're not really picky with her, which is very nice. Like, if I was Shimao, I would prefer, like, on-hit items and not necessarily heavy items, because Shimao attacks very, very fast, and she wants, like, very fast items. Alright, we're gonna go up this pole very quickly and then jump over here, because there's a legendary box. There's not that many of those in the game. I'm pretty sure that's the only one on all the stages. I would like if they start putting more of those on the stages, which would be very nice. Ooh, wait, there's gasoline here. I want gasoline. I want a riot shield. Now, we don't really necessarily benefit from the power chip, but again, having items that, even if you're using an item as discard fodder in a game like this, it's still pretty handy. Alright, so we're gonna jump down and then make a loop around here. More energy. We're almost at 100% crit chance. This game does have crit stacking. So if you go over 100%, it will like upgrade the strength of your crits. And then if you go over that, it will upgrade it even more. So if you have like 150% critical hit chance, you'll always do like that base critical hit damage, and then you'll have a 50% chance to do extra damage. Yeah, the game does let you stack crits, so keep that in mind. Everyone likes having high critical hit chance. It is a very useful thing. It is just a free damage up, basically. Let's see, there's a blue shard up there, blue crystal. I'm gonna go over here really quick. We'll take the ice armor, we'll take that, we'll take the time bomb. We're doing very good. Double stars of luck basically means that like all of our prop chances are gonna be at 100% or near 100% now. Because having 2 of those is absurd. We're gonna activate this really quick to activate the barrier and just deal with all these enemies that are following us. Alrighty. Get a bit more money. Get higher crit chance. We're almost at 100%. Alright, I'm at the point where, like, I have pretty much all the basic attack upgrades, so I can just start taking any of my other upgrades. I'm not really in a rush for any of the... Ooh, Oni Mask is silly. Yeah, those guys are the Oni Mask. I now have an item that causes them to spawn on hit now with a certain percent chance. Yeah, how do you like it? These guys are mean. Alright, so there's a teleporter. You know what would be nice game? The world map. I would really appreciate getting the world map game. The world map reveals all the interactables that are available on the map, so it is a very handy item to have. The general idea with a lot of the maps, though, if you don't know, and Risk of Rain works like in a pretty similar way, there's generally like a set amount of items you can get per level. Generally, that number is going to be like 6 or 7. Yes, haha, shut up. So, like, do keep that in mind. Also, yeah, the game is crying when there's that many enemies. Ah! Those motherfuckers. I got pushed to the fucking booster, and then, damn it. Now I'm sad. Also, hold on. Yeah, I think I realized what the problem is. We're gonna go over to our graphics settings real quick. I run most of this on medium. We're just gonna lower these just a touch. What causes, like, the most... like, impact on that. Probably that. Probably reflections. Probably bloom. I don't know why bloom is so goddamn high. Shadows, absolutely. And that should be good enough. And shading, we don't need it that high. Alright, there we go. That should help with the CPU usage, because yeah, it was fine, and then those guys spawned, and then the game became sad. Whee! You get so much mobility in this game. It's so fun when you have, like, so many extra jumps and extra movement speed, and the character's dodge ability. This game just feels good. Oh. It's Shogun. Yeah. Yeah, now we're just, like, fucking absolutely detonating bosses. Oh boy, and we're gonna be detonating even more with fucking uranium. Alrighty, that is the Starfall necklace. Yeah, 25% chance to summon meteors when you take damage. I don't really need it though. We'll just move on. Alright, we're now in the Vaporwave dimension. You know, if you told me that, like, the first couple of stages in this game would be, like, ancient Japanese inspired, and then we'd shift over to the fucking Vaporwave dimension, I wouldn't have believed you. Got that. We're gonna jump. We're gonna boost. We're gonna jump. Oh no, we're just gonna keep boosting because I didn't have enough jump height because I am silly. But yeah, we are in the Vaporwave dimension. Look at that motherfucker. Whale and all. Man, that was easy. Yeah, we are very strong right now. Is there? Yes, there is. Jump, jump, boost, boost. Perfect. Ooh. Well, that helps. I didn't even know that was a fucking option for those. That's really nice. Alrighty, that helps a lot. So that'll speed up our route, and we can grab the items a little faster. The enemies are already at, like, maximum strength. Kind of. They will still scale. Like, their scaling is, I'm pretty sure, exponential. They will get tougher, but, you know, they're at the point where, like, the important numbers will not go up in, like, big chunks anymore, but they will, those motherfuckers will start sliding. Get ice armor out of that. Go up to the triple shop up here. Get more bleed, get anti-air device. Goddamn, even with 2 stars of Lux, we still can't fucking get everything from that shop unless we have 100%. From our goddamn credit cards. Yeah, let's think about that for a moment. That was an 80% chance getting rolled 3 times, and I still couldn't get all 3 items at once. If that doesn't sum up how fucking ridiculous RNG is, I don't know what does. Okay, there, we got it that time. Alrighty, we know there's nothing on the ground floor, thanks to the items, so we can just hop right over here. Take this box. And this item is back here. Actually, is it on the statue? No, it's not on the statue, it's right here. Okay. The time box. Okay, never mind, that one was just once. That one was just like, fuck you. Oh, flying knife, yeah. Normally, I'm not the biggest fan of the flying knife or the black gun, but, like, they're very handy for melee characters for dealing with flying enemies. And anything that helps them deal with flying enemies, that's another big thing. This game has a lot of items. As I always mention, I don't like the melee characters in Risk of Rain for the most part, because, like, they are very bad at dealing with flying enemies, but, like, there's a lot of items in this game that help you. Holy shit, another Karakuri? Goddamn. There's a lot of items in this that help you deal with flying enemies, so, like, the melee characters don't feel bad in this game. Like, they have very high mobility, they have decent sustain, and different ways of sustain on different of them. Like, Shimao has high lifesteal, Takahime can, like, literally just iframe stuff when she uses her abilities. And then fucking, Karaku gets, like, barrier when she hits enemies, kind of like Loader from Risk of Rain. So, like, all the melee characters in this game get, like, good amounts of stuff to help them for their sustain. There's a lot of items that help them deal with flying enemies, so, like, they never really feel that bad, because there's so many of them that you're bound to get at least one. And, like, they all have, like, really good movement, so, like, it doesn't feel... Like, all the melee characters in this game feel really good. They feel really, really good, because I really didn't like that about Risk of Rain. Like, the only melee characters I really, really liked in Risk of Rain was Loader, because Loader's mobility let her deal with flying enemies. And I really didn't like any of the other ones, except, like, the DLC ones, or, like, not even the DLC ones, or, like, the modded characters, because there's a lot of modded characters in Risk of Rain. And the mod characters in Risk of Rain have, like, a ton of stuff that helped with them. Like, they had so many alternate effects and abilities that helped just a ton. Oh god, hold on. I'm gonna lower the reflectiveness a bit more if I didn't already. Or just turn off the anti-aliasing. Yeah, you know, who fucking cares? It's the anti-aliasing. Did I turn off that? Yeah, we'll lower that anyway. I like having the field of view distance. It's very handy. How will we fucking lower the... Yeah, we'll just turn the bloom off. Fuck it. Yeah, because I'm still noticing, like, skips, so... And I know these stages, in particular, are, like, a bit more graphically intensive because of the floors and all the fucking lights and shit. Yeah, matter of fact, let me just double check my temps now. I want to make sure stream doesn't, like, explode in the middle of this, you know? We should be fine now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're on 75. If we're, like, not on 80, we're fine, because, like, I start to get a little concerned when we hit 80 degrees Celsius. Yeah, we should be good. Okay. So it'll, like, spike when the stage is loading, but it'll normalize afterwards, which is ideal. And then let me double check my GPU. My GPU is at 60. Again, as long as it's not at 80, we're fine. Yeah, 60 is honestly really good. That's a lot lower than I was expecting. Yeah, we should be fine for the rest of this then. Ooh, first aid kit! First aid kit is an extra life! And it is very handy because the final boss does a shit ton of damage. Yeah, we'll just take stuff to, like, upgrade. And start eliminating our upgrades out of the pool. That way we can get, like, all the items. Well, all of our upgrades. Which reminds me, we should be killing enemies more. Alright, so we're gonna step on over to this pool, because if you step on over to the pool, it will spawn these guys. Which, hey! Free stuff. There we go. Alright, perfect. Oh yeah, there's also, like, emojis in the pool. Ooh, Crown of Starburst. I want that. I do have 3 green. It did not change 3 green. I got rid of the Swift Anklet, which now means I don't have as... Again, I really wish they would, like, label what gets exchanged on exchangers, because it's not really clear. I'm going to make sure to do that at the end of stream, actually. Ooh, Nail of Malice. God, we are doing a lot of extra fucking poison damage. Our dot damage is actually crazy. We have, like, every element type except electricity, really. We kind of have electricity on our dash because of the fucking pylon thingamafuck that activates on dash, but, like, I would love to get Raikiri. If we get Raikiri, then that will help out a ton. And that will give us, like, all the elements, because all elements at once, just massively applying a shit ton of dots will deal massive damage. Alright, do you have the thing in your mouth? Damn it, he doesn't have it. Alright, they added new achievements recently for, like, random shit. One of them is sometimes an altar of fate will appear in the big emoji's mouth. And you gotta activate 4 of them as Takahime to get an achievement. Oh yeah, the game is bullying me right now. Although, you can make multiple loops. Like, just like in Risk of Rain, you only need to do 1 loop to get to the final boss, which honestly, I find that because of how strong you can get and how fast you can get strong, I find that I usually only do 1 loop anyway. But if you want to make multiple loops, by all means, go ahead. Is the teleporter up there? No. Is it over here? No. So it's probably back there. Yep. Ah! I'm too slippery. Oh, God. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna turn around here. Make a loop. We're just gonna be zooming. We're just gonna zoom. Get out of the way, TV dogs! Another air saber would be really funny, but I think we're on a good balance of attack speed and damage right now that I don't need it. Again, Takahime is just such a well-balanced character that can utilize all items really well that I'm not really hurting for any items in particular. Oh, goddammit, I messed up. I'm trying to get to the roof, and now that I don't have extra dashes, that's going to be a little harder. Especially because of ice physics, so... We're gonna dash upwards, and then... No, I need to move, like, outwards a bit more. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna do it again. Up, jump, dash. Yeah, no, I don't have enough for that. Actually, wait, hold on. There we go. Yeah, alright. We had to use the ult for it, but we got up there. Alright, Heart of the Beast. Heart of the Beast is really nice. It helps with your sustain and causes a bunch of shit to happen if you get hit by enemies. Hey, another double box. Okay, Altimeter is not something Takahime can really use all that well. That item gives you more damage the farther you are from the ground, and we're not off the ground most of the time. Alice is especially good at utilizing that. Alice fucking loves that item, because Alice can be airborne practically the entire round. So Alice loves that. Takahime, not so much. Actually, you know what? Let's start taking, like, one-of upgrades, so we have, like, Jesus Christ, double lightning storm. We're going to be doing damage. Also, these guys are, like, still up there. Hold on. Snipe at them with our fucking weave sword rays. There we go. Did any of them drop anything, actually? Let me double check here. No? Okay, we're good. I don't want the Flying Axe. Flying Axe causes bladed items from projectiles to come back to you. That would include things like the Flying Knife and a couple of other items. Dirty Bomb would be very nice. So hold on. We're actually going to get rid of the Altimeter. I don't really want it. Anything else I don't really want? Anything that works outside of combat, I tend not to enjoy too much because I have the enemy spawns on 300%. So I'm almost always in combat. So those kinds of items just simply don't work out for when I play this game most of the time, so we'll get rid of those too. Alright, there we go. We got Dirty Bomb. Dirty Bomb makes it so that if we get hit, we spit out like a bunch of globs of poison that do massive damage. Alrighty. Next aid, we have 2 Altars of Fates here. Hold on, I want to get to the circle platform first to see what's on and around it. Alright, take one of these. Take another one of those. Ow. You know, those are called Altars of Sacrifice, but honestly, they're more like jars. Fucking vases of sacrifice, fucking vase of sacrifice. Alright. Ow. Damn. Also, yeah, look, even the jars, like, made the Dirty Bomb work. That's really funny. Alright. We'll activate this, kill all the enemies that spawn from it. Again, I just want to mention, I've been looking at the bitrate for stream, like, the entire time. I'm surprised it's not getting, like, absolutely annihilated. Like, I can tell it's going down a little, but, like, it's thugging it out. we have 128% critical hit chance. Now we have 136% critical hit chance. All right, let's make a loop around the ground this way. We're going counterclockwise. I think we've killed more than enough enemies to be able to open any of the chests we run across. Ow. Really? You're mean, game. Also, I'm surprised we only have, like, an extra jump, because we only have, like, 3 cans of soda. We need, like, I think 2 more to get an extra jump from that. Or, the extra jump box. I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but there's a green item that gives you extra jumps. What the fuck, game? I don't want the altimeter. I'm on the ground most of the time. Stop it. Also, Jesus Christ. Oh, I just realized that's why. There's a lot of altars on the fucking... the altar event is available on the map. I just looked at the right. Any on here? No? Okay. Okay, yeah, let's start hauling ass. Let's go up here now. I still don't know where the teleporter is, but I have an idea of where the teleporter is. The teleporters will always spawn in certain locations, so if you know where they can spawn, then you never really have to, like, worry about it. Yeah, oh, yay, we got the world map. Never mind, we know where the teleporter is. Alright, it's on the end of the roof over there. So, hold on. So, instead, what we're gonna do is clean out the rest of the items, now that we can see all the interactables. Eh! Okay, there we go. Kind of hard to see. You know, normally I wouldn't mind a lady like this sitting on my face, but we're trying to navigate vertically right now. I'm sorry, samurai lady. You have very pretty underwear, but like I just want to go up. Oh shit, Raikiri! Yes! Alright, cool. Come on, there's an altar. Get out of my way! There! There's an altar of fate down here. Is it literally just right here? Yes, it is. Ooh. Yay, more Raikiris. Alright, we need to go over here. Yeah. Because we missed more altars. Yeah, they're kind of blending into the background, like you really can't blame me. Charging shoes is a weird item. Not gonna. Oh god, I'm frozen. Okay, we're good. Charging shoes is a weird item because basically, as you move, it will like build charge, and your next attack damage will get multiplied. But it's kind of weird because when it says your next attack, they mean it. They mean like literally any attack that like comes out of you next gets multiplied. So it's kind of hard to utilize it. Alrighty. And now let's go to the teleporter. Wait, hold on. There's one more altar. Oh, I think it's on the... Okay, never mind. Yeah, I think I know where it is. Yeah, it's up there. Ooh, yoink. You know what I wish? I'm playing solo right now. I wish there was an ability to just pick up all the items that get dropped immediately. Makes it easier to make sure you don't forget anything. Whee! Alright. Oh my lord. Yeah, that's about what I expected. Ooh, quantum chains. Wow. Alrighty, we got another Horn Beast leg. We have another grid. I don't really want either of those. I don't want anything there. I also don't really want to re-roll it. I think I'll just talk it out. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're in a good position. Alright, this is the final stage layout. Anything on ground floor? Yes. I like that on hits will apply from any of your on hits, not just your basic attacks and stuff. That's very fun. Ah! Okay. Once again, ma'am, it is very hard to see where we're going when we're trying to go up. Please. Mind you, I already have the camera slightly askew. You can adjust the camera settings like pretty well in this game. I already have it like set this way so I can like see a bit better. We'll grab that. And we're just gonna make a lap around the track basically because this whole level can actually be run in like one clean loop, which helps for collecting things. All right. Oh, is it not here? Oh, it's right there. The ice balls are scaring me, and I wish they would go away. Okay. Jesus Christ, we have a fucking $1 million dues. You know, it's extra funny. One of the items is like called the Stone of Greed, and it makes it so that when you hit an enemy, you'll get gold, but if you get hit, you'll lose half your gold. I didn't even take that item, and we still have just a ton of money right now from all the enemies just scaling as hard as they are. Alright, yeah. Teleporter's right there. We'll grab that. And now we're gonna go down here and then make a loop around the track. Pilot's hat. Again, that one will do more damage the longer we're in the air, but it's like a scaling multiplier rather than like a base amount. Which is, again, not really something Takahime wants, so... Alright, I think that's all the items. We're gonna make a quick, like, lap to make sure I missed a box. It's above us. Yeah. Alright, there's a box above us, like, right there. There's a box below us right here. See? Jesus Christ, there's so many items. Also, we have like so many stacks of the fucking placenta. Again, it feels weird saying that, but here we are. We have so many stacks of the placenta. We're like very... That was the wrong button. I meant to do this because I'm silly. Oh my god, okay. So wait, wham, jump, dash. There. If I could stop sucking for about 5 seconds to be able to do that more consistently, that would be great. Alright, let's see, it says it's below us, so it's probably on, like, this road. It still says it's below us. Where the fuck is... Oh, it's right here. Okay, there. Once again, gotta love the world map, because makes finding items way easier. It's kind of funny, like, I don't need the item that does the same thing in Risk of Rain, because I find Risk of Rain has a lot more predictable and safe spawns for all of its items. So I don't really need that item in Risk of Rain anymore. But, like, this game has, like, such wacko spawns for its items sometimes that I always find it helpful in this game. Alrighty. Musket guy. I didn't even see them, game! Oh, you know what would be fun? I don't know what kind of character they're gonna add next, but I really hope it's a character with shotgun, because Captain is my favorite character in Risk of Rain, and I would love to use a shotgun in this game. In case you're wondering, my two favorite characters in Risk of Rain are Captain and Multi. Captain and Multi are my absolute favorites. Alrighty, there's another talisman, which you don't really need. Again, I don't really think we need any of these either. We do very good amounts of damage. Let's just re-roll this and use our remaining, ooh, Heart of the Element. I do want that, actually. Let me get rid of a red. There we go. Get rid of the altimeter. I will keep the camo suit. We'll get rid of the pilot's hats, because we're not in the air. We'll get rid of the charging shoes, because it's just kind of awkward. And I think it's all we'll need to get rid of, honestly. More icebreakers also isn't a bad idea, but I don't think we're going to run into many, like, ice enemies anymore. Ooh, double-handed axes aren't a bad idea. AP ammo, actually, yeah, no, we'll take the AP ammo. That way we can just absolutely shred armor. And then we'll take this item. You might be wondering why I've been ignoring this entire time. She gives you a legendary item called the Archangel Shield. It will cut your healing in half from your base healing, but gives you just converts healing into like extra shield basically, which is quite nice. So yeah. Also, you can just be like, boop, and drop your items down. That's a new feature they added if you want to, like, share items with friends. Like, if you accidentally pick something up and your friend would use it more than you would, you can just be like, oh, here you go. And just drop them for them, which is very nice. Let's keep rolling. We have green scraps available. Let's see if greens will appear. Okay, not that one. We don't really need those. Secure network's not awful, but not really helpful. Helpful either. Come on, game, stop bullying me. Actually, you know what? Flying knives aren't actually a bad choice. Oh, now you want to give me extra lucky cards, Gabe? That's not funny. Anyway, as I mentioned before, this yellow portal is here if you want to go fight the final boss now. Or you could go here and then do another loop. You do not have to do a full loop again if you want to fight the boss. Like, if you only want to do, like, one extra stage, this portal is always going to be here from now on, now that you've done this. So, you know, after you beat stage 8, the portal is always going to be there. So do keep that in mind. But, now, we're just gonna go right towards the final boss. I think we're strong enough. We're gonna skip the cutscene, because cutscenes are cute and all, but, yeah, alright. so phase 1 spawns, like, all the mini-bosses from the other stages. They got fucking annihilated. I'm actually gonna let phase 2, do the cutscene, because I like this cutscene. Yeah, and we go up here. And then she hatches out of the egg. Holy shit, we do a lot of damage. Yeah. And then she goes super, like, Red Wing mode. Now, when she does this, items will appear around her. And, you can re-roll the items that she will have access to. I think this is a good suite of items for her to have, so I'm not going to re-roll these. If she has anything that gives her massive amounts of health regeneration, for the love of God, re-roll. Like, anything that gives her damage is fine, just don't get hit 5-head. Anything that gives her fucking health regen, you need to get rid of, because as you can see, she has millions of health. Okay, there we go. Ow! Yeah, I got hit once and still almost died, but it's fine. Alright, there we go. Alright, 51 minutes, a lot of kills. We didn't die. We still had 2 extra lives, so we would have been fine regardless. But yeah, that was a great run. But yeah. Yeah, as we were talking about before, yeah, the game is multiplayer. You can invite your friends. You can enter room statistics. As I mentioned, you can edit the available items and whatnot. Which is also nice. You know what we should do? Instead of having the placenta, let's have the missile launcher on. There we go. We'll turn the missile launcher on, and we'll just, like, launch a bajillion missiles this time. Because why not? And who do I want to go with this time? Let's go with... Let's go with the final boss, because the final boss is rather different from everyone else. Because she starts in egg mode. Also, yeah, when you're playing in multiplayer, the enemies, there's more chests, so people get more items, but enemies get stronger, which is also fun. Alrighty, so yeah, the final boss starts as an egg. She is, in fact, an egg. All she can do in egg form is randomly summon these lasers to attack enemies. But she has an additional effect. Her passive ability right now lets her convert damage into experience. So if I just let these guys wail on me, you can see my experience is going up. When she hits level 10, she'll transform. She also has insanely high defensive stats right now. Like, I think it's something like 500 armor. Like, if you look at the bottom left, my armor is literally, like, overflowing to -5. Her armor is that high. Like, she has a lot of armor. So it is very hard to die as egg form. It is theoretically possible, but it is very difficult. And stuff right now as we're moving along. Having a massive wave of enemies follow me isn't the worst, because the random lasers can just clip them as we're moving. So we're literally just gonna hold on to our laser attack, or just hold the button and just keep moving. And just pay them no mind. We'll grab that. We'll open this chest first before we hit this crystal. Okay, ice armor is perfect. Because now we have a passive attack that will work as we're doing this. Alright, now let's activate this and hope it's not a race. Okay, yeah, we just gotta stay inside. Alright, that's fine. We can do that really easily. Oh yeah, also, she has access to a double jump just natively. She can just double jump right off rip, which is very handy. So yeah, we're gonna keep moving. We're gonna wait for this event to be over before I let these guys like wail on me more. I got frozen. Okay, there we go. Event is over. Riot shields, even more defense. Alright, there's a missile launcher. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna activate it. Again, more passive damage, basically. Airstrike ring is very good. We do extra damage while we're in the air. Alright, we're gonna keep trucking along here. I don't know where the teleporter is. Is it over there? Yes, it's over there. I can see the light. Alrighty, we're level 8 right now. We are close to hitting 10. They should make an achievement where it's like you gotta hit or kill the first boss at before transforming before level 10. That'd be funny. Alright. Let's see. Alright, not including the riot shields we got from the crystal, we're on about, this will make it 5 items. Okay, running shoes. That is very good. So that one's just gonna spawn missiles as we move. If we can get Dr. Strangelove, which will multiply the amount of missiles you shoot out, that would be very good. So I hope we get Dr. Strangelove, because that would be great. There's a scrapper. I can't see. I can't, like, ping, because her egg is in the way. Alrighty, her awakenings are different. She doesn't have passive boost like everyone else has. She can instead get experience to level up faster, or get random items. Never take the experience. You don't need it. Just re-roll and get passive items, because you can do that, and now look, I just got uranium for free. I got free uranium. I didn't even have to go through a Cold War for it. Alrighty, we're gonna egg our way over here really quickly. As quickly as we possibly can. There we go. Alright. It would be very funny if this egg form could go through that door for some reason. Hold on, I need to see that now. I'm gonna re-roll, and I like using all the re-rolls to potentially see if a legendary item pop-up will happen, and if it doesn't, then it's fine. Alright, charging propeller. Okay, movement speed on kill is very good. Yeah, the egg can't fit. Who would have guessed? Alright, we're now level 10. So when we're level 10, you get access to all the boss's abilities in the boss fight. So, you can lock onto an enemy and use your primary, which shoots these phantom projectiles, and will then, like, home in and blitz that enemy. You can use your secondary, which shoots a clone that will shoot a laser that will cause this, like, massive ball of energy to just spawn. That does so much damage. You can apply a marker and then teleport and then fist that area and then cause a rain of lasers around the area. And then there's her ultimate. You can charge it up. And then when you activate it, it will cause a spiral of lasers to start appearing everywhere. Yeah. She is an interesting character. She has extremely, extremely, extremely high offense, as you might imagine. Hold on, wait. There's another, skill point machine over here. Oh, no, was it inside? No, it was inside of the, small room that I can't go in. Alright, never mind. Also, her dash is fantastic, because every time she dashes, if there's enemies nearby, they will spawn clones that will shoot lasers at them. Yeah. Also, yeah, when you dash in the air, she'll get feather step and float. Which is very good. Again, she is a very interesting character. Alright. Boss, we're gonna do that. We're gonna start dashing and just start spamming moves pretty much. Yeah, like, just massive amounts of offense here. As you see, though, she is rather cooldown dependent. But that's something we can fix. Damn, I was hoping for reds. Alright. Oh, LFO shoes. LFO shoes are fun. If you jump, you'll do a damage pulse. I like that item. It's silly. Alrighty, so I mentioned that this character basically like relies on the cooldowns, and there's a way to fix that. This item right here is the Job Change Grimoire. It will give her skill haste, aka cooldown, but lower her attack speed. Well, guess what? None of her attacks use attack speed, so just go ahead and grab that. Alright, we're also gonna grab this. This is the anti-Kithra mechanism. This will let us just shoot missiles automatically now and lower the missile cooldown. So yeah, we'll be grabbing those two whenever they pop up. I probably want Attack Command. Attack Command is really useful. It makes it so if you hit an enemy 5 times, they'll blow up for 500% damage, and that's very strong. So we'll get rid of this. I like the Charging Propeller a lot, actually. We'll get rid of the acoustics, and I guess we'll get rid of Fire Armor. I kind of don't want to, but let's do it. That does also mean any item that gives attack speed, you can just get rid of, because she doesn't care about it. Yeah. Give me a quick moment. Oh, wow, we have a lot of people popping in. I didn't realize that many people popped in. Hi, people. Hold on, give me a moment. I'm going to take more medicine. My head is still super ultra mega exploding, and I was considering not streaming today, which is why I was an hour late, and because I took a nap because my head was exploding, but I'll thug it out. I'm only going to do this run, and then that'll be it for streaming today, so we'll be fine. There we go. God, I hate taking pills. Ah. Alrighty. Alright, we're gonna do, grab this, start increasing our legendary drop chance. Oh wow, the text is having a stroke. Damn, once again, it spawned us here. I don't usually like spawning here, because it's like a really weird point to, like, loop. Oh god, oh god! Game! I want, Okay, Moon Shadow Offensive is a very strong item for most of the characters in the game. It will literally just increase your attack size by 25%. Which is, pretty strong, as you might imagine. I love when games let you increase your attack size. It's one of my favorite indirect DPS increases. And I really want the Nano Worm, but we do have gasoline, so unfortunately the Nano Worm is just gonna have to get sacrificed. Yeah, look, our lasers are way bigger now. This right here is a scanner. If you activate it, it'll pulse out and then show you where all the interactables are, but for a temporary amount of time. Got a normal item, Optic Sight, Crit Chance. Crit Chance is very good. We don't, like, anything that kills enemies faster is very good for this character. Again, we just don't care about attack speed. We're still gonna walk over to the altar so it's permanently revealed. And now with our extra cooldown, we can basically just fly using our dash. Like, we can just spam dash and fly anywhere we want. So, we're just gonna go up here. And we're gonna break the loop, as it were. And that should make traversal a bit easier. Don't get me! Don't get me! Won't get me! Get me! Alright, we're gonna grab that. Secure network, it makes it so you get armor if you stand still. I'm not a big fan of items like that because they make you stand still. And standing still in games like this usually isn't a good idea. Alrighty, we're gonna go up here, and then we're gonna go on that, like, U-bend on that section, and then that should be everything we checked out. Now, you might wonder, like, if the scanner scans items, why don't I go back over to it and activate it again? If you activate a scanner again, it will, still reveal things that you might have already interacted with. It won't get rid of them after you've interacted with them. Unlike the, world map. The world map will make something vanish off the map once you've interacted with it. The scanner doesn't, so... You know, it makes it really hard to, like, try and keep track of everything. Actually, hold on, let me take one of these. And then, let's go to the top of the roof over here. Not the roof, this section over here. Yeah, and we'll just go down here for the bend. It's kind of funny she still takes fall damage, but whatever. Alright, we get another red pin. That's always nice. Yeah. Our cooldown is, like, getting so, like, really low. We can probably just spam dash along the way and just keep going. I think we probably haven't gotten all the items. Again, it's kind of hard to tell. We've gotten roughly 7, so I think we're good. So yeah, let's go over to the teleporter. Whee! Alrighty. Yeah, this character just absolutely fucking floods the screen in damage. It's very fun. And she's kind of, like, hard to get to, because you gotta get to the final boss. You gotta beat the final boss in under 30 minutes in order to get her, which is very hard. Like, this game has 8 stages per loop, and you gotta do it on hard mode, so you basically have to speedrun the game to get her, which is not easy. But it is a very worthy reward. Because, yeah, she's strong as hell. Until something specific happens that we'll probably talk about in a few moments. Okay. I love that she just kicks the chest open. Alright, once again, we want amulets and job change grimoires. Yeah, mechanisms and job change grimoires, not amulets. The game is bullying me. We do not... hold on. The Stone of Greed just popped up. Absolutely, under no circumstances, take the Stone of Greed. Do not take the Stone of Greed as this character. You will find out why very shortly. Alrighty. God, I fucking love this song. Huh, what rating did I give this song? I gotta double check. 4.5? Nah, fuck that. This song rules. It is not my favorite song from Symphony of the Night, but it is a very close second favorite. This song fucks. Tragic Prince is awesome. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, let me. Okay. I had my like metrics and stuff off screen for a moment when I changed the music. Yay, yellow cross medal. The yellow cross medal is great. It's basically an all stats up. And we like stats. Don't you like having stats? I like having stats. Ow. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be able to use that multiple times, unfortunately. We're level 17. Because this character does get stronger when you hit level 20, with a little bit of a caveat. Go. We get AP ammo. Is there anything else on that side? No. They dropped another rocket launcher. We'll always take more of those. More missile damage is always nice. Oh, you know what we should do? We should probably, because you can do it, you can probably, like, edit the items that drop into, like, really specific item chains. And that would be pretty handy. If you wanted, like, only crit stuff to just, like, do, like, 1 billion damage crits. Ooh, Nail of Malice. Once again, all altars, which I don't particularly mind because you get a lot of money from this. Any money that you don't spend gets converted into experience, which is always handy. Most of the time. Foreshadowing is the narrative device. Oh, Altimeter! Okay, Altimeter is actually pretty good for this character because, again, we can just fly forever, pretty much. So, we don't mind that. Oh, we can start right now. Look at this. Look at this. That is very silly for this character. Also, all these storage chips are also really good for her because she wants to spam abilities. I don't find them too useful on the other characters because I think their abilities either have good enough cooldown or they're, like, their usage cases are balanced enough where you're not particularly spamming them. But this character is essentially all cooldown related. It's very similar to Artificer from Risk of Rain, where you're just constantly spamming spells, so yeah, having more options to use them is pretty good. We'll take this, actually. We want those. Because we're level 18 now, and things will change very soon. Alright, I'm trying to see if there's, like, one more non-sacrifice altar. I really don't want to hit that, but it doesn't look like there are, unfortunately. Oh, wait, there's one. Honestly, having most of the attacks come out of the dash because the dash cooldown is so low compared to the other cooldowns is very fun. You're basically just an AC 130 right now. And who doesn't like cosplaying as an AC 130? Oh god, I got frozen before I cast that. Okay, I can still cast it. just lasers everywhere. Oh yeah, also, as you might guess, this character is good with both on-hit items and, like, fast on-hit items and heavy on-hit items, because a lot of her attacks do a lot of damage, and they attack very frequently. Okay, we are now level 19. All the enemies are gone. We can probably actually go back and activate all of these, altars of sacrifice pretty safely now. As safely as we could, anyway. Ow. And now we just wait. Yeah, we're not going to be able to activate many of these for the rest of this run. Also, I just noticed her fucking high heels are insane. Like, look at those. Holy shit, dude! No wonder she's fucking flying everywhere. God. My health regen is so low. That's gonna be a problem. I would love to get the deer antler game. If you give me the deer antler, that would be very nice. As a matter of fact, hold on, where are the other, like, yeah, altars that I didn't activate from before? Ow. Alrighty. And we need 75%. We're already at max health. And our health regen is not as high as I would like it to be for activating all of these, so we're gonna activate like one more and move on. I think I skipped this one too. Yeah. Oh wait, this one too. Yeah, we can wait for this one. Ow. Oh, I didn't drop anything, meanie! Alrighty. Okay, once again, we're gonna re-roll. Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, do I have anything that boosts attack speed? Yeah. One. This technically does, but it also boosts a whole bunch of everything else, so I'm not getting rid of that. Okay. There we go. Get another mechanism. Oh yeah, we should grab one of these now, so we're starting to schmoove. How do you have ice physics when you're floating? Damn. Alrighty, we'll move on then. Alrighty, and now all this extra gold is gonna get converted to experience, and we're probably gonna hit level 20. Yep. So now that you're level 20, a couple of things happen. You now hit red wing mode, so now we're super strong. But you may notice something. I'm taking damage. Yeah, when this character hits level 20, they get massively stronger, but they now drain 1% of their HP and shields every second. But all your abilities are way stronger. For example, your basic shot will now shoot off 3 of the projectiles at once. All your other stuff just does way more amounts of damage. And she is insanely strong, but you have to deal with constant health drain. Run, rabbit, run. Okay, so we have to go through all these teleporters. Or not teleporters, but go through all the things here. So yeah, you'll need very high amounts of sustain to make this palatable, or extremely high amounts of damage to just be able to kill everything before it's a problem. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I really don't like it. It feels like you're punishing the player for just playing as the character the way the character is intended to be played as. And it makes her kind of item reliant in a way that a lot of the other characters aren't, which isn't fun. And mind you, like, I get their idea was probably to try and balance this character, but they're the final boss unlockable character that you get for beating the final boss in a speedrun, essentially. I don't think you should necessarily need to balance that. It's fine for a character like this to be overpowered. Wow. Like, I'm not a big fan of this, because I don't think this is a character you necessarily need to balance in a way like this. It's really unfortunate, because now you're basically just playing as, like, a super, like, a really weird glass cannon, which is awkward feeling. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. I genuinely, I unironically think they should just remove the health drain from her. Or, alternatively, make it get rid of barrier and shield first and then health. That way, items that restore barrier and shield have a bit more benefit. And not make them drain both, because them draining both feels really bad. Yeah, I don't want those. Yeah, for some reason, oh, that's another thing I want to mention. The items you get, if you get a active item from the blue crystals, for whatever reason, even if you have items that, you block on those, the blue crystals will still drop certain items. Like, I have this off. It is not on, and it'll still pop up, which is kind of annoying. I should also put that in the report. Ooh, Pilot's Hat is silly. Yeah, so now we can just be airborne all the time, basically. Which means if you get multiple Pilot's Hat, it will increase the amount of damage you gain. And mind you, this is a straight-up percentage damage boost. As long as you're in the air, that builds over time. And when you're a character that never needs to touch the ground, that basically means you're gonna have that damage boost all the fucking time. Alrighty, that's everything, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, the teleporter's over there, so we need to go over here. We'll go through the cherry blossoms real quick. And step on this boost pad. And head on over there. Alrighty, we're gonna move in the air first. The Ronin are really bad at hitting targets in the air, which is really good for us, because we're in the air. Now, there's a thing I have not mentioned about, Angel mode and in being in red mode, which I should mention. If you die while you're in Angel mode, you actually don't die immediately. What ends up happening is you'll go back to egg mode, and then you'll essentially be... Egg mode will then go on cooldown, and you'll go back to Angel mode after that. So their idea, I can see where they were coming from. Like, I get the idea for what they were trying to do. Where it's like, oh, if you survive in egg mode, then it'll let you live in Angel mode more. And then egg mode goes on cooldown, and if you wait longer, this also gives movement speed, so I guess I'll keep it. And then it goes on cooldown, and then you can, you know, basically like try and space out the cooldown of being in egg mode and being in angel mode. I just don't like how that feels. It just doesn't feel good. It really doesn't. It just feels awkward. Yeah, a big problem with this, right, is that it makes like so many of the defensive items that are available in the game just weird, because they don't really work, because you're basically always going to have 1 health. And it's kind of hard to like use a lot of these defense items when you only have 1 health. That also means like any item that activates when you get hit by an enemy is also useless, right? Unless you're in egg mode, and you don't want to be in egg mode. I think if they just lower the amount of drain that happens, it will feel better. Yeah, like, the Courage Necklace is, like, normally a strong item, right? A 40% damage reduction to all the damage you take, and then reducing fall damage, out of bounds damage, and then self-damage by 75%. That's a very strong defensive item. It's just not really good on her. She takes too much, like, you're on 1 health. It doesn't matter how much fucking defense you have. Like, I don't know, like, I don't like it. Like, I really don't. I feel it kind of ruins the idea of the character. And it makes what would be, like, a good reward for earning the final boss just feel worse. I think they just need to lower the amount of drain that she has. I'm generally not a... Oh, I don't have enough fucking Alice coins. I'm not a fan of this in general. I would rather just straight up remove it. Like, I just simply don't think you need to nerf a character that way. Especially a character that's supposed to be your... Again, this is supposed to be a very strong reward character for beating the game really fast. And optimizing a run, essentially. I don't think, like, playing that character correctly shouldn't feel bad. Right, we got another attack command out of that chest, which is very good. Also, game, can you please stop dropping accelerators? I don't need attack speed. This character literally doesn't use attack speed. Stop it. Hold on, if I activate this, like, how much is the healing from this? Yeah, you need a lot of healing. Like, a lot of healing to, like, counteract the drain. It's 1% per second, which is a fuck ton. And yeah, even being in a healing field is still not enough. Deer Antler would probably be really good. Also, if instead of... I took missiles this run. I haven't gotten any of them. Oh, well, I did, but I, like, ended up destroying them from that altar earlier. But if I had the placenta would be really good because it would increase all of your stats by a lot because it's a percentage increase. So, like, the placenta increase would also, like, be really good for her. Again, I really don't like that I'm saying that. This video games make you say the weirdest things. Oh my god, they will not stop giving me fucking accelerators. I cannot use attack speed. This character literally does not use attack speed, game. Stop it. Actually, come to think of it, do I even want to take, like, the health to shield conversions with her most of the time? Probably not. Yeah, I think in her particular case, you just want as much health as possible, because it's a lot easier to regenerate health than it is to regenerate shield. Grab that? Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, we gotta watch out for, like, trails of fire. Yeah, any enemies that drop fire are also scary. We have 2, like, 360 shield plugins, which has a chance to regenerate shield. I think it used to be guaranteed, I'm pretty sure, on the older version of the game. But it doesn't do that anymore. They made it chance-based because it was, like, strong. which I think was fair, but in this particular character is like the only time I've ever felt like I've missed its original version. I'm gonna be real. Yeah, I think that's everything. Was there anything on top of this building? Not right now. Is there anything over by the statues? No. And then, oh wait, there's one on top of that one over there. So we'll go over there. Yeah, I forgot. We got the fucking running shoes earlier, so we can just literally just like run and just constantly have flaming missiles appear and damage enemies. I didn't. That was an instinct. I didn't mean to pick that up. It was a misinput. I would like to get rid of all these guys before I try and activate the altar. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we're gonna go in the air, because if we're in the air, that means things that are on fire cannot touch us. And that's important. So we're just gonna be in the air and not touch the ground, and not die and cry and be sad because we've touched the ground. Because we don't want to be on fire. Being on fire sucks. It feels bad. That's the mechanical core, right? Yes, it is. Mechanical core is normally very good. It increases the amount of active items you have. Or, yeah, increases the strength of your actives, which is very strong. But I don't think the enemies have dropped an active. It's been a while, and there's currently, like, no missile launchers anywhere. Let's do, like, a quick lap around the map and see if maybe one of them dropped it. Because, yeah, ever since I converted them, they... Oh, wait, look, there's one. See? Good thing we did that. There we go. Alright, cool. Damn, 16-second fucking missile cooldown is insane. This item has a 45-second cooldown. Which I think is longer than the disposable missile launcher in Risk of Rain, if I remember correctly. I think the disposable missile launcher is like on a 25-second cooldown. And then Gesture of the Drowned will like increase the cooldown even, or decrease the cooldown even more on top of making it automatic. The mechanism doesn't do that, it just increases its strength. No, get up there. Okay, there's nothing up here. Alright. Yeah. Alrighty, next stage. Also, Jesus Christ, this run is going really fast. Again, this character does a lot of damage, but like they're just so fucking squishy at a certain point. You just feel like you're playing with like fear. Alright, anything that boosts attack speed. Let's get rid of, again, the accelerators that the game keeps on wanting to give me for some fucking reason. I think that's all, everything that's attack speed based that we've gotten. Yeah. Yoink. There's another attack thingamabob. I forget what the fuck this item is called. Hold on. I call it the fucking remote control because that's what it looks like. Attack command. Yeah. The remote. It's the remote. Oh, another drop change grimoire. Another mechanism. And more drop change grimoires. Alrighty. Let's see, what's the cooldown on this now? 20 seconds. Jesus Christ. Cooldown on this one is 4 seconds. Cooldown on this, 8 seconds. And then this is gonna be like, oh, it's not as fast as I thought it would be. I forgot to mention, the primary, like, charges, it's the amount of, like, arrows you shoot over a few seconds. And it already has a low cooldown, so that's probably why it's, like, taking longer. Or it's, it takes longer for cooldown to affect it, unlike other things. Yeah, we do a lot of damage. But again, like, we start draining, and then the fear kicks in. All those red checkerboard areas, those like grid areas, do burn damage, so we need to be a little careful. Alrighty, I usually make the same lap on this map. I like going from like right at the top of these stairs, checking this side, checking that side, going up, right here, checking here, make sure there's no chest on this path, and then going on this end. And then using that, you can check that section. There's nothing there, so we're good to go. And now, because we can fly, we'll just do a lap around here. God, our dash is so low cooldown now. Alright, there's a attack item right there. Gasoline, always like gasoline. Ow. Okay. Get fire armor out of that. That was good. Yoink. Turtle shell, block value. You know, actually, no, that would be really good on this character. Block value is just a chance to just not take damage. I'm pretty sure it's what it is. Hold on. This game has a codex. Info terminal. There's the elements, armor break, elemental fusions, block incoming damage, reducing it to 0. Yeah, it is a chance to not take damage. I am so glad that the game has an in-game itinerary, just a big old fucking thesaurus of, hey, how does that work? That I can just look up in-game. I fucking complain about that all the time. I hate having to have a fucking wiki open when I'm playing your game. Please, for the love of God, just put one in your fucking game. Ooh, Howling Rain. Oh my god, can we please just get fucking Dr. Strangelove? We have so many missiles. Second Spray Knife and Secure Network. We don't want Stimulant, because the Stimulant gives us attack speed when we get a critical hit. We don't give a shit about attack speed. You know, I know I went for missiles this run, but honestly, I think this character is just better off if I take, grab that, grab Dirty Bomb. Dirty Bomb's not that great with this character. Again, although we have a lot more sustain now, I think we're fine with taking, our more defensive items. Now that we've gotten a big boost of sustain from the other items we've gotten. Yeah, we're not as, like, struggling with our, health regen anymore. Now that we're at that point where our sustain makes it feel not as bad. We could probably keep it. We'll keep it. I was considering it, but now we can keep it. Oh, I love Sonic 3 Knuckles so much. Alright. And with the big laser, and then we start flying. And watch as the lasers annihilate every living obstacle. And every dead obstacle, too. Get another, Omamori, which is great. Again, like, health regen is very good on this character. And I should remember that. Just don't take shield stuff and, like, health regen stuff as quickly as possible. It's very handy. When I have the choice, anyway. A missile launcher. Holy hell, that guy just took, like, a massive burst of damage. I wonder if it's possible to, like, train all of the, all of her level up upgrades, because there's a lot of them. She's a ton. Alrighty, that is the Talisman. That's less negative effect duration. We do have enough sustain to make something like that useful. Like, we can sustain long enough to not want to get frozen to death instead of just dying immediately when we take the damage anyway. I'm still not taking the Goblet. I do not want to take the Goblet's character. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, as you might imagine, because we're literally constantly taking damage, you do not want to take the Stone of Greed with this character, because you will literally just never have money. Let's see, we can get rid of that. The movement speed is not as helpful anymore because we have so much. We can get rid of the secure networks, and I'd like to get rid of one more thing. But what? That is the question, because I kind of like everything here. Probably, no, the skill haste is really good, because the missile has long skill haste. That's good too, because it's automatic. Itagumo is good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Everything we have is, like, really good. I guess we can get rid of this. Like, we have decent enough movement speed. An extra second of movement speed isn't going to matter as much. But we will take this, because, yeah, less, status effects is going to be handy. Also, because we rely so much on health regen, I would not take the Archangel Shield from the Angel. Sorry, little Angel. But yeah, the Archangel Shield cuts our health regen by a lot, and that's scary, and we don't want that. Goddamn, this is the brightest I've ever seen the stage. Holy hell. That was fucking cursed. Alright, we need 6,000 for that. We'll get it very soon. We are very good at killing things by existing. Acoustics, it's movement speed out of combat. Again, that doesn't really happen too often because, like, I have a lot of automatic attacks right now. It's very rare to be considered out of combat because of all the projectiles I'm just passively shooting. Assault breastplate. That's fine. It helps with sustain. Let's go down this way. This is a weird loop. I usually don't. Wait, someone dropped the rocket launcher. I saw that. I saw the text. Don't lie to me. Something dropped the rocket launcher. I literally saw the rocket launcher text pop up on the screen. Where is it? There it is. Alrighty. As usual, I'm gonna check the circle first. Also, these big ass holes are just pits filled with lava. Don't fall in them. You probably will not have the mobility to get out. But if you do, then there's still nothing down there anyway, so just don't go inside those. Take another missile launcher. Alrighty, let's go counterclockwise now. Again, I love... Like, there's a... We were mentioning this before, like, because I uninstalled, like, Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core a while ago. Because it's like the developers in Rogue Core, for whatever reason, like, just don't understand. Confusingly, they don't understand, like, what makes roguelikes fun to a lot of people. And I don't want to say that, because it comes off as, like, really standoffish and, like, fucking pretentious, honestly. But I mean that because... There's, like, a simplicity in just being overpowered as fuck because you survived, like, a hard initial stage, and being able to just fucking power fantasy your way through really strong enemies feels fun. And that just doesn't happen in Rogue Core, and it doesn't feel fun to play for a variety of other reasons, but, like, that's the main reason. Like, the game just isn't fun to play. You never feel strong in Rogue Core. Which isn't necessarily a problem in Deep Rock Galactic, because you're not necessarily supposed to feel strong. Like, you're supposed to want to fight the hordes of bugs and stuff. And it feels like a good, satisfactory victory when you do beat them. But, like, in a roguelike, that's not necessarily the same, right? Like, you're already fighting the randomness, and, like, the fun of a roguelike is, like, fighting through that randomness and becoming so strong. And, like, just getting, again, that power fantasy. Which is odd, because I feel like Deep Rock Survivor does that perfectly fine, while still feeling like a Deep Rock spin-off. But Rogue Core just doesn't feel that way. Like, Deep Rock Survivor feels great. But, like, road core just doesn't feel great. And it just confuses me. And, like, our thought process is that, like, what ended up happening was, like, so many people left and stopped playing the game. Oh god, that's a lot of Oni mass. Oh, these guys are going to be doing so much damage. I'm waiting for one to spawn so I can just, like, look at a health bar and see how fast it gets annihilated. Oh, boy. Oh, that's gross. Alrighty. Yeah, they're gonna get annihilated. Alright, the teleporter is on that far building over there. There's a few ways to get over there, but I remember on here... Oh, I didn't see that rocket launcher, but we'll go grab it now. Yeah, we want to go over to this road. Let's double check this path right here. And then we'll go up this road to grab this chest. I think that was the last chest that was over here, so we're good to go. But yeah, like, the thing I enjoy the most about roguelikes is, to me, the best roguelikes will allow you to win because you played better, no matter how random the game gets. That's also why I don't like card-based roguelikes generally, because if every action is tied to randomness, then it doesn't feel necessarily as skill-intensive, and I can just lose just because I potentially had a thing that would have let me win, but the game was just like, no. I don't feel good with that. That feels not fun to me. I don't mind that in actual card games because both players are actual people who are beholden to the same rules of RNG, which is why I don't particularly mind it in that circumstance. But I do mind it in like, card roguelikes, which is why I don't like card roguelikes. Like, if my opponent isn't playing by the same rules as me in a game like that, it doesn't feel satisfying. It doesn't feel fun. It feels like I just won because the game let me win, and it feels like I lost because the game let me lose. Which is not to say that there aren't, like, certain types of skills that are available and present in that game, in games like that. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying, like, the skills that are being tested are not ones I enjoy being tested in roguelikes. Alrighty, we're almost at final stage. We'll get rid of these because they only work out of combat. We don't have any attack speed boosts. I need to get rid of, like, one more thing. But what is the question? I guess this. It's less burn damage, but, like, the only burn damage we have applies if we're, like, close to an enemy, and I really want Thunderstorm Glove. Alright, final stage and then the boss. You know what's funny? Like, I just mentioned, like, I prefer, like, actions not being tied to discards as what I prefer. That's also why I like Mega Man Battle Network and games that, like, mimic their gameplay from Mega Man Battle Network. Because, like, yeah, your cards are obviously important in Mega Man Battle Network. They're super important, right? Like, it is a massively important thing, because those are basically all your super attacks. But your base movement, your basic attacks, your dodging, your defense, like, so many things aren't tied to just your cards that I don't mind, like, having cards essentially be super skills. Especially because the cards are grindable and you build the deck yourself. So, because you're the one who's deck building, it feels very much... I don't mind that, because I like deck building. Deck building is, in and of itself, a skill that I don't mind being tested. Because deck building is you basically deciding how to optimize potential randomness, which I don't mind, because it gives you influence. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day, right? Like, if there's some kind of influence that I have, I mind it less. If there's not, I mind it more, and I don't like it more. It's the same difference between, like Pokemon, with picking, like, Flamethrower or Fire Blast, right? There is a clear cost-effectiveness decision, a calculation you are making when you're picking Flamethrower versus Fire Blast, right? Do you go for the more consistent option with less damage, or the less consistent option with more damage, right? You are the one making that judgment call, which is why I don't mind it. That's also also why when Pokemon don't have the option to make that kind of judgment call, because they have to use a move that's worse, something like Stone Edge as a classic example, it feels worse. Right? Like, if a Pokemon has to use Stone Edge, and because they don't have any other Rock-type moves, it feels really bad. Right? Because if their only option is one that is, like, unstable, it feels awful. It feels really bad. Volley Fire. Oh, I'm going to scare. Fuck that. Oh, no, wait, it's just gun guys. I thought they would like the ground on fire. Oh, well, I mean, they are using their arrow attack, but, like, that's... I can look at that. Alright, there we go. Demon breaking arrows, that's always good. More damage to bosses is going to be really important, because multipliers are big damage. You want multipliers. Multipliers are good. Because math is fun. Nobody said there'd be math. Yeah, just want another one. I'll take a red and red pin. As always with this final stage, I'm never sure if we actually got all the items if I don't have the world map. Again, the way the items spawn in this game is a lot more, is not as predictable as Risk of Rain. Like, they can spawn in places where you can go, no problem, but then you're like, oh, why would I go there is the thing. These guys are just getting cooked. Also, another missile launcher. Mind if I do? Extra ultimate uses. Oh, that is insane. Alright, so this is pretty good, right? Because we get it, like, we hit a good spot of, like, having a good run with good sustain. So, like, we can counteract the health drain, like, pretty well. You know what I think they could do? They could make the drain increase the more levels you get, but have it start lower. Because that would also help. Because, again, the big problem is that it basically is just completely, like, luck dependent, whether or not you're getting annihilated by the drain. Whether or not you've gotten good enough items or not, and that doesn't feel great. Alrighty, let's get another mechanism, and let's see if we can get another book, and then we go achieve Nirvana and fight myself. Oh, drop change grimoires. Alrighty, there we go. And let's put these in. Get more stats. We don't need to talk to the Angel Lady anymore. I do not want to take less sustain, so we're not doing that. What's our cooldown? 6 seconds, 14 seconds. That one is coming back super fast, and then this last one, 2 seconds. Yeah, we have a crazy cooldown right now. Alrighty. I have the fucking boots, so, like, my momentum gets carried. I've fallen off right at the beginning of the stage a couple of times just because the game was mean. Alrighty, I'm not going to attack. I'm literally just going to run around in a big circle and watch as everything gets hit and dies immediately. Just like that. Who's left? Shogun? Not anymore. Goodbye, Shogun. Alrighty. And now we're gonna get close. You would think you don't want to get close. It is... You kind of want to be close to the final boss. You don't want to be far away. It is a lot easier to dodge her more dangerous attacks the closer you are. And now, what items are here? She gets an extra jump, more boss damage. Oh wait, that's health, right? I think we can thug it out. Right, like, we have good armor shred, we attack a lot. I think we can do this. Oh, this is going to be very tricky because I do not know which lasers are going to be mine and which ones are going to be hers. Also, I regret my decision immediately. It was, in fact, not fine. I have went into egg mode. Never mind. See, I should have listened to myself from earlier. I thought it would be fine. It is, in fact, not. Yeah. Even just one fucking health regen item made that insane. Even with all our damage. Damn. Yeah, before, when I did that last time, it was like... She had like 2 items, and it was silly. Jesus Christ, I should have known better. Oh, well. That'll be all for now, though. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you come around next time. Next time being Sunday, where I swear we will get back to Final Fantasy IV. I am going to go make something to eat, and probably relax for the rest of the day until my head is stopped exploding. Although my head feels fine now. But even then, I like, you know, keeping it low for the rest of the day just in case. But yeah, thank you. Later. Whee!